check. We not take back no check. You pep talk. Tiggity check. Hey girl, let's lay the shot.
We know say while you don't want the drama. When Tyson rise up the llama, say to pray at night with your father. He that thing by him out from the corner. You, me know say you're gonna rematch on you know say you're gonna. Bad man you run your mouth karma. When the then contract expire. Maybe it's time to retire. Can't see your name on the billboard flyer. You twirl low but you're not on higher. Anything less and you're not getting the flyer.
Not that I want him out, fam. I don't care if he's out and I don't care if he's in. Didn't you hear me? That's it. Here it is, Dean. So, how does Whyte beat Wilder, Dean?
You know what? If you go back and listen to Dillian's interview years ago, all Dillian kind of says is, Dillian says Wilder's a bully, and if you put him on the back foot, that's the way to beat him. And I've said that after the fight with Fury, I said it's quite weird because Dillian spoke about this, many, many times before. Like, him being on the front foot. And if you see the way he jabs, he kind of jumps in with that right hand. So you need to be on the back foot for him to kind of work. Like, like your man TRIL was saying, he needs to work on boxing skill. So, and that's what happened in that fight. As you saw, Fury put him on the back foot and pressed him. In the first fight, Wilder didn't let Fury come forward. He kept pressing him. He was on the back foot, boxing, moving across the ring. But I feel like, look, Dillian's path to success is obviously pressing him, going forward and going to the body. Look, if Tyson Fury can drop him with that body shot, trust me, them body shots they was dishing out.
Yeah.
He's looking to lose all his appendix, liver, kidney, everything that's come out. So I just feel like, listen, it's not a foregone conclusion. It's not a foregone conclusion because look, them man they can punch. So it's just about you're smart. But I can't see him beat. He can't fight in the pocket. So I know he'll have a real tough fight in a close quarter fight if you pressed him and pressed him back and sat on his chest. And like your man, the blueprint is there now. As much as Dillian mentioned it before that fight, the blueprint is actually there. Tyson Fury is not a noted puncher. Tyson Fury is not a noted puncher. Look what he done to your man. You understand? It's mad, but give him credit though, because he took beer lick and he never really got down as such. He got up and he's probably made a sterner stuff than I did feel that he was made of, if truth be told. Because I did think, if you get licked down, he's due not to get back up. And he got up a couple of times and took his licks and he was in there. So credit to him.
I just think that shows us testament that I already know that, and I've interviewed other boxers that have sparred with Fury, and they say in the grand scheme of things, he's not a hard puncher. He's not really a hard puncher. So you're right. That's why Deontay could get back up. So if Dill gave him some of them liver shots, it'd be game over. It'd be off to the ER, mate. Peeing blood. I'm sure of it. That made me feel sick. When I said that, I just got the visual. That's horrible. All right. So next on the agenda, guys, is AJ and Tyson Fury. The fight seems to have been solidified. I saw a report yesterday that I think it's going to happen in May or June, and it's more or less more likely to happen in Saudi Arabia, which we don't mind because that's close to. I think they've done that because it's close to UK time. Bro, I want to go there. If I want to go, I want to go and watch that fight. I'm not even going to lie. I'm waiting for them just to say a date, fam, like a definitive date, and I want to try and go to Saudi. But what do you guys think about A, where it's being held, possibly Saudi, B, the whole who's going to win or who's not going to win? And so Dean, we'll start with you, Dean, on that.
Saudi's not bad. Saudi, we was in Saudi the last show. I think it was a rematch. Was it a rematch? Yeah. It was a Saudi, they're very hospitable. The money is the main thing why they go to Saudi. You know what I mean? They're gonna put up that mega loot. But when I feel like if we had things back, I I feel like Wembley would have been better because, you know, the atmosphere, the singing, the fans, being able to drink and enjoy the actual show. Because inside it, I'm not gonna lie, the atmosphere wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. The atmosphere it lacked that warmth, that passion as a boxing arena. You know what I mean? It was quite dull. No, hell no. No, my friend, no.
Yeah.
The only time it livened up is when Khabib, when Khabib came, it livened up. You get me? Like the people, them, like, you know, there's a lot of Muslims. When he came, that it kind of livened up. But I mean, it was okay. But I mean, look, yeah, I don't know. It's not a hub for boxing. It's okay. It's business, and I get it. If I had to pay and go myself, not sure I'd go because I like drinking. I like drinking liquor, and I like it. You know, yeah, hell yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. I like yeah, maybe a bit of understatement there. Maybe yeah. So I just, you know what I mean. I get busy regular. Like, you know, now this is taking into my liquor time. I'm already waiting. I'm salivating.
I know. After this, you want to get lit after this. I know. We're trust me. I know.
Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. But yeah, back to that fight. I mean, listen. Everyone wants to see the fight. If you're a boxing fan, you want to see. I like both guys. Yeah. Obviously, when I look at the fight and you look at it and say, yeah, Fury's been boxing since he's 5. He's a pure boxer. Yeah, I mean, his skill set's great. I'm not taking too much about the power element because he stopped.
Is his skill set really great though, Dean? I swear to you, in my opinion.
Listen, let me. Wait. Let me just stop you. I'm gonna stop. Wait, you can come up with your opinion in 2 seconds. A man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. A man who's 6'9", who's 6'9" or 6'10", whatever, shouldn't be able to move and box as he does. I'm just sorry. The man is a big old lummox, but the man is skillful. He's feint. How he moves,
it's feint.
It's just crazy, man. I haven't seen no big man move like that. And you know what I mean, his move, he's got his little jab, and he does it. You know what I mean? His skill set is very good. I can't even take that away from the man. Look, I feel there's ways to beat him. There's definitely ways to beat him. I feel, but he's such a big presence, and he knows how to use everything. He knows how to lean on people. He knows when to use his jab. He knows, you know, he's done it. He's been around the block, man. He was with Emmanuel Stewart and them from early, and so the man has been around the block. He's a pikey that, you know, gypsy pikey that grew up on the car lot thing, wherever they live or wherever they fighting, having it, you know, having a fisticuffs.
Did you say the car lot?
And I just feel like he's got a lot of advantage on a lot of these. I think he's got a lot of advantage on these other guys. But saying that, coming back to the fight, I feel like, you know, the fight's going to be a great fight, and I'm going to go with well. It's a hard fight, 50-50, but I'd like Anthony Joshua to win. That's what I'm going to say.
AJ is the super underdog to this, and I can't wait when he bangs over Tyson and everybody shuts their mouth when AJ wins. I don't understand why. I don't understand why there's such a lot. It's like 80% of people are going with Tyson Fury to win and 20% for AJ. My mind's blown, fam. Because in my opinion, Tyson Fury has showed the least amount of evolution. Yeah, he's got good skill set, but has it evolved into anything better in the last 6 years? Javon is just only teaching him how to do a proper straight jab, because as we all know, he does that stupid flip jab. And for someone that's 6'9", yeah, he's got dexterity and he's agile. But boy, at the end of the day, that means nothing. If that means all right, it means nothing. But at the end of the day, if you have limited power for that height, do you think AJ is really not gonna bang him over with his 1-2. Like, I don't understand where people's minds are at. You've seen AJ evolve every single fight, and no C words want to give him any credit. Every fight you've seen Anthony Joshua fight, you've seen him get better. He's been fast-tracked into coming from a short amateur career, obviously golden Olympian, and fast-tracked. He's got 22 knockouts, Fury's got 21, but AJ's fought like, what, 23 times, 23 fights, and I forget how much Fury's fought, 30 odds, top end of the 30s in his fight stats. So obviously AJ's knockout ratio is just wild and mad, and Fury's is way under the 50% knockout ratio percentage. So I don't get where everybody's going with. We saw, and from Ruiz 1 to Ruiz 2 to Pulev, we saw growth and evolution. We saw Anthony Joshua add to his skill set. I'm just calling it fair. Like, I haven't seen where Tyson's skill set has super developed. Like, what we saw him do with Deontay Wilder is with a lesser skilled by far opponent. I think that probably we're going to see something hopefully different in the Anthony Joshua fight, but I just feel that Fury's reached his peak and AJ's still climbing. His skill set's getting better and better, in my opinion. But hey, fight fans.
I think that Fury, I do think Fury will win, only because I think he's got more weight. Because I think he's got more ways of winning the fight, depending on what happens in the fight.
Like what?
He can switch it out. He can go orthodox or southpaw. Yeah, I think he could go in more if he has to. I think he's underestimated up close. I think he can do that dirty fighting if he needs to.
Fury's underestimated. Are you not mad? What do you mean underestimated? Everyone bows down to him and gives him super duper props. I give props where it's due. Yeah, like you said, the dude can box, innit? The dude can box, but is he super duper fantastic? In my opinion, not really. He's not super duper fantastic. I know lower level, like he's world elite, innit? I know under the fucking people that's fought in Commonwealth titles that I get more enjoyment watching. The most enjoyment I've got watching a Tyson Fury fight was when it weren't with Klitschko, probably with the Deontay Wilder thing, because it was so fast paced and all of that. But I don't understand why. All right, Trill, how do you see this going? What is it for you?
I see you've been watching Boxing Bros, ladies. Yeah, I see you've been watching Boxing Bros.
I love the show.
Here's how I look at it. You got the 1 and 2 guy, 2 and 1 guy, whenever you want to flip it, however you want to flip it. You can say AJ's 1 and Fury's 2, or you can say Fury's 1 and AJ 2. I'm not going to fight you on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like that. Now, let's talk about, because I love both fighters. And I can be objective, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the heavyweight division, you know, because I've been critical of the heavyweight division. But with these two guys, I think that we got it right. The fight, like Dean was saying, the fight in Saudi Arabia, that's for the bag. That's where the bag's at. You know what I'm saying? They try to get that oil bread. You know what I'm saying? That's what they try to get. So I salute that. But I would love to see that at Wembley, where everybody going crazy. Like I said on the show, I would love to see everybody go crazy. Sweet Caroline. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? I want to see people go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be on my feet. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be on my face. You know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be heavy. 2 bottles. You know what I'm saying? Watching that fight, all the excitement. But I understand why they're going to Saudi Arabia. Now for the fight. Now let's just speak about Tyson Fury. I'll go with Tyson Fury first. Fight fan figures. He was saying everything is right. I totally agree with you. Everything on Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury is a special fighter. You can't say that Tyson Fury is never learned, because this is what he does. Tyson Fury He learned from, you know what I'm saying, the thing with Wilder, and he realized what he needed to do to get better. Deontay Wilder thought he was getting a cherry. That's why he picked him. This guy was sitting on the couch and that he wouldn't be ready. And he got and Tyson Fury won more rounds. He won more rounds.
Yeah.
But if you added it up with the knockdowns, it comes out to be a draw, right? So Tyson Fury got with a new team. He knew what he had to do. He got with some new people, got a new team. People was like he was wrong for that, but he did what he had to do. He knew got a new team, came up with a better game plan, and we seen a better Tyson Fury in the rematch. The one thing that I have to disagree with you is that Tyson Fury, he's a thinker in there. Tyson Fury's a thinker. He sets things up. Not only is he this athletic big guy that we haven't seen in a while that can do all this moving around, he's also a big guy that can put his weight in the clutches and holding people down and putting that weight on people, draining them, hitting them with them cheap shots underneath. Those are going to count. And those are how he wins rounds. Tyson Fury may not be the most entertaining guy, you know what I'm saying, that's knocking all these guys out. But there's another guy who we consider the greatest of this era, Money Mayweather, who wasn't putting people on their butt. When he was younger,
when he was pretty boy, he was, but
when he became money, he wasn't. And he was still able to win. And it doesn't matter if you like Tyson Fury's style or you think he's boring or you think he's entertaining. At the end of the day, he's still winning. Now, you got this guy, Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying, with his O, who's not afraid to let it go.
Yeah, he is.
He's not afraid to let it go.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he's going in there with AJ.
Because that's AJ's requirement.
This guy, I'm giving him so much props. The reason why I'm going to give Tyson Fury, look, I'm going to give Tyson Fury the respect that he deserves. This is a man, hold on. I get it. You have your pick. You have your pick. But let me just tell you about this man, Tyson Fury. Not only is he a winner in the ring, he's a winner outside the ring. This guy battled with depression, got his weight down, came in here to fight and to win the title. You got to give him respect for that. Not only did he do that, he also beat the great steel hammer, Klitschko, Waldemar, who I hold up there. I hold him up there. I hold up this great European champion. I hold him up there with Larry Holmes. And he beat him. He beat the man. That was the man. You know? Now let's go to AJ. Now AJ, I was very critical of AJ. I said that he was bulky and I said he was tight.
Did you? Yeah, robotic.
Yeah, like he was like a robot. I said that he needed to get in the pool. He needed to work on some things. Yeah. After the loss to Ruiz, I seen a different AJ. A guy who showed that he really loved the sport of boxing. He went back to the drawing boards and he was doing things that I said that his performance against Ruiz was Muhammad Ali-ish. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy that I got from him. Yeah, me too. Same vibe. You got AJ, who is constantly learning. You know what I'm saying? He's every time you see him in there, you see him getting better and better and better. Mm-hmm. I think that AJ is a phenomenal athlete. I think he's a phenomenal champion. The way he holds himself, you know, with the no excuses, he's a great champion and a great role model for these kids. Not like the other champions. You know what I'm saying? They want to get out here and trash talk and all this crap. You know what I'm saying? He do his fighting in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to AJ, who I think is getting better. I think that this fight is going to be a tough fight. I don't see no knockout fight or nothing. This might go 12 rounds. We might see 3 of these fights. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be.
Yeah, it might be a trilogy, obviously, yeah.
It might be. This is not going to be no wash.
Listen, there's too much money in it, man. It has to be.
There.
I want to know, like,
they're going to do it in Saudi Arabia, and then they got to do it in the UK.
Yeah,
I was mad, actually. I was mad because I was like, UK, stand up. This is y'all. Y'all got this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be going crazy right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Y'all got the 1 and the 2 guy, 2 of the 1, whatever y'all want to say him. Tyson Fury, AJ, Tyson Fury, however you want to say it. You got these guys both going down, one face, one name, undisputed, heavyweight. It's going down. It's going down. I don't have a pick right now. I'm still assessing. You know what I'm saying? But I respect both guys, and I really think this is going to be a tough fight. Don't be surprised. It's going to be a real tough fight.
I say that fight is an equally tough fight, the toughest fight that either of those two are probably.
Because you got to look at it. If Tyson Fury comes out and he's blazing, he want to come forward, he want to put that weight on the AJ. You know what I'm saying? Try to hold away AJ down and tie to AJ because he wants to see if AJ can box around the ring. Now, if AJ's boxing around the ring by the middle rounds, he's gonna get a little tight. You want to put some weight on him. He's gonna. Tyson Fury is sneaky and he's good at stealing rounds, and that's what AJ has to be aware of. We know AJ got that pop, but he can't be looking for that big shot. He got to be sitting there trying to set up some things and move some things. So I hope right now that he's working with his team and some other people, some outsider people that can help him work, because you know Tyson Fury's coming with a real game plan. You know what I'm saying?
No, you not talk about
the uncle or the nephew of the greater man.
You not talk about Tyson Fury like he's fucking invincible. It's wild to me.
No, he's a man. He's a man.
I'm still waiting for you not to tell me where he's evolved.
No, he's not invincible, but he's a man.
Okay, right? So
he's a man and he's a champion.
How is he evolved?
I say who beat him?
No, he's undefeated, but how is he evolved? How is he evolved? His resume's fought bums as well. I can count 3 top fighters on his resume. Sorry. He's never defended a title. He's never defended a title. Sorry. Like, I don't understand, like, why everyone's like...
Hold on, madam. Let me interject. Listen. You can't discredit the man. The man went to Germany and took the belts off of Vladimir Klitschko. The man went to Las Vegas and took the belt off the champion.
But he's not...
on the road.
I'm not
you gotta give respect where respect's due.
Listen, and there's no blueprint. There's no blueprint to beat. Look. There's no blueprint to beat him because he is undefeated. Until he is defeated, then we can say there are loopholes and people can suggest and think, but there is no blueprint because he is undefeated. So in this thing, because he is undefeated, people can say, well,
I'm interjecting. I'm interjecting.
Hold on.
I don't care if I'm putting a straw. No. Everybody's spoken.
No, you said what you said. There's no point. You can't go over what you said.
No, I haven't said what I said.
So look, you spoke loads of stuff. Anthony Joshua, he's changed his fight. What it is with Anthony Joshua, he was a little bit more aggressive. Before, you see, when he lost to Ruiz, he was a little bit more gun-ho, and he would go out there and leave holes for himself to get countered. That's why he got himself smoked in that Ruiz fight. But then he went back to the drawing board and looked at how did Vladimir Klitschko become a champion and last so long. And the reason was because he didn't leave too much holes. So what he done is, now if you look at his style, he does a lot of long boxing, he moves well and stuff like that. The funny thing, after that fight when we was in Saudi, I was with him and I was chatting to him and he said, what do you think? How do you think the fight went? And I said, you know what? That's exactly how I felt you should box, but I didn't believe you was going to do it or was capable of doing it because you've never shown me that, because before you was a little bit robotic, like you said, a little bit stiff. I know he was an amateur and he could move well, but to move so good for 12 rounds, I was very surprised and impressed, and that's what I told him. So I know, going back into the Pulev fight, I was at the Pulev fight. He boxed, he stepped off, he held quite a lot in that thing. All of that resembles, the only thing he's doing different is the uppercuts. Klitschko maybe didn't throw so much uppercuts, but it all resembles he's trying to be a long reigning champ, and the W and the bag is the most important thing out of everything. Him making it a fan favorite. If he can get them out of them once he's got them hurt, he's a good closer. But at the minute, he's just saying, listen, I'm strong. I'm going to box. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to do what I have to do.
AJ's a great finisher, though, as well. Even that as well.
Listen.
But
I'm saying no one's disputing that. No, you got to listen. No one's disputing that. What I'm saying is, He's
No,
not
but I
taking
haven't heard
any
anyone
risk
say
before.
anything. No, I haven't heard it. No, I'm not listening because I haven't. No, I'm not listening. No, I'm not listening because I haven't heard you guys. Well, I'm on record saying that if these two fought 5 or 6 times, there would be a different result each and every time. Fury would win, AJ would win, Fury would win. So I'm not being
possibly. I think
I'm not
possibly.
being biased towards AJ because he's not my favorite fighter. If I'm going to be honest with you, AJ's not my favorite fighter. But at the end of the day, I haven't seen any one of you lot on this panel thus far switch it and say, how do you think that AJ could beat Fury? All I've heard is that Fury's the Iron Man, and because he's been undefeated, we don't know how he can be defeated.
That's because you was talking while we talking. You was talking while we talking.
I ain't heard none of you not say nothing. Sorry, I ain't.
Nah, you know why? I was when I was praising AJ, you was talking while I was talking.
AJ's gonna win. What are you on about?
It's not about praising. I want to hear how you said all of the attributes that Tyson Fury has that would fuck with AJ. And I agree, like putting the lean on him, being sneaky and all of that. I haven't heard you guys say
I said that
how could AJ beat Fury?
This, this is what we can only suggest because AJ has never been. I mean, because Tyson Fury has never been beaten. But I looked at it like this. I said that when I said where AJ is, that he's a guy that's going to get with his team and they're going to come up with a game plan. And AJ is the type of person that's going to follow this game plan. You know what I'm saying? If this is what he needs, if it comes to using the jab, he needs to stay off the ropes, use the jab and work. And see how he can box. Like
how much times have you seen AJ on the road?
He proved that he can box. And
True. How many times have you seen AJ on the ropes? AJ's not technically a guy that hangs out on the ropes. So when have you seen him hang out on ropes?
That's why I was saying all he has to do is not get lazy, not fall into these traps. Just because this is what Tyson Fury does. He sets traps. He will have him. If he comes in with that energy what he had with Wilder and he pushes him forward, pushes him back while AJ's trying to box, eventually his back is going to touch the ropes. And then Tyson Fury will be able to do what he has to do. If they're in the center of the ring, he can't let Tyson Fury put his weight on. He got to keep some distance and fire and do that jab and fire that right uppercut. That's the thing he needs to do and keep him away. Even try to throw that left hook, but keep his hands right up. That's the things that AJ needs to do to beat a Tyson Fury. But can he do this? Like the things I was saying about Tyson Fury, where he could do to beat the AJ, but can he do it? We don't know until these gentlemen get in the ring.
Yeah, fight fans, figures.
If you're asking me how AJ can beat him, I think it isn't impossible for him to beat him on points, but it will take him to, because Fury doesn't have the best chin. If you dropped him in 2 or 3 rounds, plus taking some other rounds, he could get it on points. But the more obvious way is by knockout. And I'm not saying that Joshua isn't good. Like Joshua's a great fighter. I'm just saying it's a very close fight. But if you're asking me for who I think is going to win, I have to.
I'm not asking you who I think. Yeah, I know you guys think Fury's going to win, but like when I'm analysing fighters, doesn't matter who I think is going to win. I can also see the opposition, how they could with their skill set, how they could beat Fury. And exactly when it's to number 1 heavyweight and number 2 heavyweight, I feel that we should be able to look at it on both sides. I just feel that everybody says, "Oh, Fury can do this and do that and do that," and that's why he can beat AJ.
Yeah, AJ got a lot of things to worry about with Fury. His height, his weight. He got a lot of, because you know why they say this? Because people are not blind; they see it. AJ has a lot to deal with in the Tyson Fury with the size advantage, the height advantage. You know what I'm saying? This is a lot that AJ has to deal with in this fight. You know what I'm saying? So AJ is going to got to be on his game plan, and I think he could win. AJ can win. You know what I'm saying? But so can Fury.
Yeah.
You don't know. And right now, I haven't sat back and did my analysis yet.
Me either.
I haven't sat back. I'm looking at this fight and I'm thinking that this is a really, really good fight. This is a pick 'em fight. Nobody is wrong. I don't have nobody has a wrong or right answer with this one. This is the 1 and 2 guy, the 2, whatever you want to say. If you're going for AJ and you going for Fury, I can't combat that because both of these guys deserve the respect. You know what I'm saying? To me, that these guys is put in the work. They did what they were supposed to do, and they're making the fight happen. They didn't dodge each other. Fury didn't duck him. He didn't play, I'm over here at ESPN. I'm doing this, that, and the third. He didn't do the whole Wilder thing, make a guy wait or something. No, he tried to make this fight happen, and kudos to AJ. He made the fight happen, and these guys was fighting. So I got to respect both guys for making this fight happen. No delay, no time wasted. These guys are going to get it on. I got to respect.
We do realize that Fury wanted this fight to happen so quickly, and most definitely because he said AJ's his retirement fund. You know, we all know that AJ's a cash cow. Without AJ, a lot of things crumble around here, but I don't know if anybody wants to admit that. So I'm not really going to give props on Tyson Fury trying to make that fight happen. It's in his best interest to make that fight happen. And there was times where that fight could have probably happened before, but him and Deontay Wilder conspired to freeze AJ out for 2 years. So really, I'm not really patting no dude on the shoulder that's like that. The only reason why you're a snake. And AJ is the one that everybody's jealous of. So I'm not giving kudos that he made the fight happen. He needs that fight to happen. AJ was the one that allowed people, boxers like himself, to make so much money. As Tyson Fury doesn't fill stadiums and arenas. AJ does. Tyson Fury doesn't sell mad amounts on PPV. AJ does. So, like, I'm just a bit fed up of everybody just negating certain facts. And like, I just have to tell people, no, it's not that. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Rip up that time, set it on fire. Only fans are fucking liars. We tell them, well, on pep talk, we shall. Well, on pep talk, we shall. Well, on pep talk, we shall. Well, then. I'm out, John. Hey, early lady Chann. Red knowledge, straight from the sun cycle farm. Yo, Whyte, fix up yourself, yeah. Straight send from your girl, lady Chann. On pep talk, well,